Instructor Dwight T. Barnes. The first and last words I want to hear out of your stinking holes is...
Sir, I need a shit in your tight ass, sir.
Do I make myself clear? Sir, yes, sir!
One person I've always dreamed of coming back into a Half-Life game is Adrian Shephard. Adrian who, I hear you ask? Well, we've all heard of Gordon Freeman. And of course, everyone knows Alex Vance, especially with the new Half-Life game being named after her. And most of you will know Barney Calhoun, the guy who gets better looking in each Half-Life game. But my all-time favourite, who seems to have been forgotten ever since he was placed into stasis by the G-Man himself, is Corporal Adrian Shephard. As a kid, I always enjoyed playing as the Marine sent in to supposedly silence everyone and try and sort out the mess. I always found Adrian Shephard a more appealing and realistic character to play as. And yes, I fully understand how much of a badass Gordon Freeman is. I even have a figure of him in my room. So let's have a look who this Adrian Shephard is and see if he might ever make a return to the Half-Life series. So, from the intro, we know he is a 22-year-old corporal in the United States Marine Corps Special Forces, 5 years younger than Gordon Freeman at the time. What that tells us is, age-wise, he is definitely young enough to reappear in another Half-Life game. If you're old and a nerd like me, you might still have your original game boxes, and in the Opposing Force booklet there's some little snippets into Shephard's life which can give us some more information. He has been kind enough to leave us some diary entries throughout his training. The second entry reads, March the 7th. I finally saw the government guy today. I'm not sure he is a G-Man, but he was wearing a really uptight suit and carrying a briefcase. He looked more like a lawyer or insurance agent to me. I did notice him checking me out. Several times throughout the day I spotted him just watching me during training. I wonder what he's up to. So that second entry is quite an important diary entry. It shows that the G-Man is looking at Shephard and he sees something in him. But more importantly, it raises the question, is the G-Man a gay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. There are a few more of these diary entries going up to March the 15th. The final one confirming they are going to do a mission at the Black Mesa Research Facility. That's all well and good, but for you avid Half-Life fans, you will know the incident at Black Mesa didn't occur until May the 16th, which means the G-Man and the military knew the incident was going to happen approximately 2 months before it even occurred, which opens up a whole can of worms on the G-Man. Is he a time traveller? Can he predict the future? Who knows, but one thing is for sure, he definitely sees something in Shephard. And nothing tells this to us more than G-Man's speech to Corporal Shephard at the end of the game. I won't bore you by playing the whole clip, I'll just cut to the chase. He says we meet at last, meaning he has wanted to meet Shephard for some time. He says he has a fascination with people who survive against all odds. To me, that shows he holds Shephard in similar regards to Gordon, showing he has value. He has agreed to preserve you for a time, but G-Man's employers aren't so trusting and are worried Shephard will talk, so they decide to convey him somewhere he can do no harm and no harm can be done to him. This clearly shows the G-Man and his employers want to use Shephard in the future, because why else would they go to all this hassle to keep him alive when they could just kill him? So to me, this means that there is a potential that he could definitely be back in a future Half-Life game. In 2006, Gabe Newell hinted he may one day return. When asked in 2007, Valve's Doug Lombardi did not dismiss his return. So for the Shephard fans out there like me, there isn't certainty, but there is hope. And for the G-Man fans, it appears the G we always assumed stood for government could stand for another word. That's 3 letters long, and perfectly fine to be, but that's another story for another day. Thank you.